Finally, some peace and quiet. No more worrying about other people. Now just time to sit back and read.
Subscribe, Lord!
Oh no, it's Lolon Online, another YouTube creator who everyone should check out his channel and subscribe to and...
Don't talk like that.
Sorry. Anyway, what are you doing here? This is supposed to be my peaceful alone time in my... Hang on, where are we? And why are we made of paper?
I'm glad you asked. This is your channel's visual novel.
My what?
It's the Balsa Central visual novel. Every YouTube channel has their own visual novel. It's like a holiday home they go to in their downtime.
Everyone has a visual novel just for being on YouTube.
Oh yeah, did you not read the contract? It can be a murder mystery, or an indie horror, or an RPG. I think yours is a dating simulator?
A dating simulator? I don't want a dating simulator.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Oh god!
What? No, not like that. Anyway, dating simulators aren't that bad. Some of the best gaming YouTubers have dating simulators.
Really?
No, absolutely. JonTron, Pro Jared, Peanut Butter Gamer. In fact, all the Normal Boots channels have their own dating game.
What, all of them?
Oh yeah? Don't tell me you've never heard of Asagao Academy.
Let's not pretend this game was a surprise to anybody. It's 2016 and YouTubers are about as popular as the celebrities on TV, so making games off them isn't exactly a new concept. Hell, they're selling toys of the Minecraft players right now, they've become that popular. Oh yeah, that's a thing by the way. Asagao Academy is a free fan-made dating simulator based around the guys at Normal Boots, published by Illuseed. Now, I haven't played a dating simulator before, so I'm not going to go into the logistics as to how similar it is to other dating simulators. So I'm going to play this game for the same reason why everybody else played this game. Because I get to date a member of Normal Boots. And if this isn't as hilarious to you as it is to me, then you're in the wrong place. The game starts with a statement saying that the characters are an original, fan-made creation and are heavily fictionalized, and therefore shouldn't be a reflection on the actual people they're based on. Now that may not seem like much right now, but I'm going to come back to this statement later on. It's kind of important. We open up on a train journey to the academy and are introduced to our protagonist, Hannah. She's an average Otomi character. Am I saying that right? Otomi? Utumi? I don't play these games often, I don't know, I'm sorry. She's shy, and she's awkward, and she's insecure, as you'd probably expect, but, you know, that's not a bad thing. Over time, you learn more about Hannah's sad backstory through flashbacks and stories, but for the most part, she's pretty much a blank slate to allow the player to put themselves in her position and make their own decisions, because she's not the centre of attention, everybody else is. Anyway, Hannah tells us it's her first day at Asagao, and she notices the boy sitting opposite her isn't wearing the school uniform. It wasn't the school-issued blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was a green, varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch sewn poorly onto it. And finally we're introduced to our new... Oh wow! Not even 5 minutes in, we're introduced to our first toy boy. Oh god, why is he sparkling? Why is he sexy? A few minutes later, after an incredibly awkward conversation with the smuggest version of Jared I've ever seen, again, I'll come back to that later, we finally make it to the academy. Fast forward to the cafeteria, well known for its inspirational posters of an electric pylon on the wall, what the hell? And the gameplay itself finally begins as I'm confronted by a stranger asking if I'm friends with Jared. The game isn't difficult, there's no surprises there. Like many dating simulators, the story is broken up into choices the player gets to choose. While nowadays we've grown accustomed to player decisions in games, Asagao transitions into each decision almost seamlessly. You know, in some game choices when the writers are clearly favoured to one option than the other, so one option is brilliant and the other is just horrible? Well, Asagao's writing doesn't have that problem at all. In fact, After you make your decision, you almost forgot you chose in the first place. The characters just behave accordingly. There's no forced drama, there's no jarring personality changes. The game just accepts your decision and acts accordingly. In this case, I decide to tell the stranger I don't know Jared. Oh, she looked me up and down, sniffed, and turned away. Oh, well, screw you too, lady. Afterwards, the new roommate, Mai, tells Hannah about the Normal Boots Club. Well, you asked me about those guys and their jackets, right? Those are the Normal Boots Club jackets. What's Normal Boots? And here they are, folks, in all their potential boyfriend glory. It's the club we have at school here. It's like totally exclusive and full of only the coolest students. They get together and play video games or something. They play video games or something. Okay, no, I'm going to come back to this point. I'm going to go back. One by one, the boys are described. John is head of the drama society. PBG is the best soccer player. Gerard has the biggest collection of toy cats. Jared is the school model. Satch is the smart student. Paul, Nick and Josh write the school newspaper. And Shane has no personality outside video games. Okay, I'm going to bring those previous points here now. Do you remember that caption at the beginning that said that these characters are heavily fictionalised and they don't relate to the real people of Normal Boots? Oh, there's your first problem. Why? Why would you add these characters into your game if you're not even going to keep their personalities? I've seen a few reviews about Asagao Academy and nobody seems to address what to me is the most fundamental drawback. Unless for some bizarre reason anyone playing this game isn't a fan of Normal Boots, we already know what personalities these people have. Why would you change them? They're the very reason why we're playing this game at all. Obviously, you'd have to change a few characteristics just to make them fit the plot. I'm not that stupid. But some of these personalities, they aren't even close to their real-life counterparts. In the game, Jared is vain, Shane is cold-hearted, PBG's a nice person. You could swap the personalities around and the game wouldn't play any different. Hell, why does it have to be Normal Boots? Just swap it out for literally anybody else's name and face and nothing would really change. Oh, also, the guys from Hidden Block are in this game. They help progress the story. There is no reason for them to be there. From here, the goal of the game is incredibly clear. Get close to the Normal Boots guys and decide who to date. In order to begin dating, Hannah must first befriend them in a certain way, such as letting Gerard give her a tour around the school, accepting PBG's offer to watch him play soccer, accompanying Jared to his fashion show, and so on and so forth. Only then do you get the final option to decide which character to take to the local flower festival and get to know them better. Alongside this, Hannah has the chance to join the Normal Boots Club by competing in a tournament. If she wins, she dons the signature jacket and joins the club. If she fails the tournament, her chances are lost. This is where the game shines. There is so much attention to detail in the story arcs that separate it from a generic fan game. Every character stops becoming the parody of the real YouTuber and start becoming their own person, with their own struggles and behaviours. I've mentioned before how you can select an option and immediately forget that you did that, simply because of how well written it is, and the characters' backstories and intentions are no exception. Nobody feels artificial, including the ones who actually break the fourth wall from time to time. No character acts in an odd way because you chose the quote-unquote wrong option. The soundtrack in each scenario is just perfect. I know this has been complimented before, and there's really not an awful lot I can bring to this, but I don't think people have really mentioned how clever some of these soundtracks are. So take a listen to this one. It sounds simple, but take a closer listen to it. You can actually hear Pro Jared and JonTron's theme tune snuck into it in a jazz style. I kind of feel ashamed to say this, but I really didn't think I'd like this game. In fact, I wanted to not like this game. Think about it. It's a fan-made dating simulator where you get to date YouTubers. think about it, it's as corny as it sounds, right? It sounds really tacky and embarrassing. And because I've seen so many Let's Plays of it by the people of Normal Boots, I thought only they would like it because they were in it. But no, I was so blown away by everything. The writing was perfect, the artwork was perfect, the soundtrack was beyond perfect. It didn't have a wonderful story, it had 43 brilliant stories.
Tell me about
Segway, a perfect segue into the review.
The funny thing is, I'm going to do this, and then I move on to the actual video that I did, and I had a cold then. So suddenly I'm going to go from this to this.
Oh god, that's...
Finally. Some peace and quiet before Christmas. No more worrying about other people. Now time to sit back and Oh my god, that first line doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
I'll cut that the bit before Christmas.